Story 12. My Big Camping Trip. When I was a kid, I always wanted to go camping. I was 13 when my brother, who was 20, finally gave in and took me on a camping trip. We decided we would take a bus to a nearby town that had a hill and a deep ravine in its outskirts. Once we got there, we'd find a place to set up our tent and spend the night. It seemed simple. My parents took us to the bus station on Saturday morning. We got on the bus and took off. Halfway to the city, my head began to ache and I got an upset stomach. And it just got worse and worse. Finally, I couldn't stand it any longer. My brother and I got off the bus. There we were, in the middle of nowhere, stranded. Who knew how we were going to get home? We started walking. I asked my brother many times how long we had to walk. Not very long, he told me. He was right. Half an hour later, we came up to a little town. Luckily, it had a train station, and we bought 2 train tickets. Just then, a big helicopter appeared above us, and then another. They hovered over the train station, and then one moved ahead and the other stayed above the station. About a minute later, we saw that a train was coming. 2 police officers told us to move back from the tracks. The train didn't stop, but it slowed. It was only 3 cars long. As it passed, other people on the platform waved at the people on board. We did too, although we didn't know why. When the last car passed, we saw a woman standing on the back balcony of the car. She waved and smiled at us. We waved back. It was then that I realized I was waving at the Queen of England, who was visiting our country. We set out on our camping adventure and had a wonderful trip. If I hadn't been sick on the bus, we wouldn't have met the Queen of England. She wouldn't have met us either.